Hello friends. So we were solving the some applications of the trigonometry question related to that. So here is the next question, that is question number 10 from your material. The question is, two poles of equal heights are standing opposite each other on either side of the road. So just by reading uh, I can draw the diagram something like this. Okay, two poles on the either side of the road. Okay, one thing more, it is given the heights of the poles are equal, that means these two poles have equal height. Now further it is given the road is 80-meter wide, that means if I say the poles are AB, CD, then distance between A and C is 80 meter. Okay, from a point between them on the road. Now between them doesn't means exactly in the middle, between them might be over it, that might be midpoint, but over here it is not given that it is the exact midpoint. The angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 and 30 degree. Now this shows that definitely the point is not in exactly in the middle. So angle of elevation of these two poles from that point are 60 degree and 30 degree. Okay, so 60 degree and 30 degree. Okay, maybe this as we do not have the length of this portion, I'm assuming the point is Q between them. So as we do not have the length AQ and QC, we can't say whether 30 will be here or 60 will be here. Okay, uh, definitely we can say as this is 60, so perpendicular upon base, perpendiculars are same. Okay, this way I took here. Uh, okay, suppose AB and CD are AB and CD are poles are poles of equal heights. Okay, Q is on AC. From point Q, angle of elevation of B and D are 30 degree and 60 degree. Okay, angle BQA, angle BQA is equal to um, theta is equal to 30 degree. Angle CQD, angle CQD is equal to alpha is equal to 60 degree. Okay, also AC is equal to AC is equal to 80 meter. Now we'll assume let QC is equal to X, therefore AQ is equal to 80 minus X. Okay, now again we have two triangles. Okay, both are right angle triangles, one angle is given and we have to now apply the trigonometric ratio to obtain the what we have to obtain, length AB or CD, as well as we have to obtain AQ and QC. So now in triangle BAQ, in triangle BAQ I can say sine of, not sine of, tan of, why tan, because uh, although it is not given the perpendicular, but still I have to find perpendicular as well as base, so I will apply tan. There isn't any meaning of applying sine and cos because it contains hypotenuse. We have to apply that trigonometric ratio which contains perpendicular and base. So tan of theta is equal to perpendicular upon base, therefore tan of 30, now perpendicular is AB, Okay, and base is AQ. One thing more, I'm assuming, I'm writing over here also, um, we have AB is equal to CD is equal to H, say. Okay, I assume these two are equal to H. So tan 30 is 1 upon root 3 is equal to AB, I took H, and AQ I have in terms of X, that is 80 minus X. So from here I can say uh, H is equal to 80 minus X upon root 3. Now in triangle, after BAQ I will come to triangle DCQ. Now in triangle DCQ, see, from here when I apply 10 I got the value of H. Similarly I will apply the 10 to get DC, that is H from here. So in triangle DCQ, now tan alpha is equal to perpendicular upon base, that is tan 60. Now perpendicular is DC, okay, base is QC. Okay, now DC is H and QC is X. Now tan 60 is root 3, therefore root 3 is equal to H upon X, or I can say H is equal to X root 3. So this X root 3, if I put over here, I will get the value of X, and after getting the value of X I can get the value of H. So let us see how to solve it further. Okay, I'm saying this was equation number 1. So now put H equal to X root 3 in first. So H root 3 is equal to 80 minus X upon root 3. Therefore 3x is equal to 80 minus X. Therefore 4x is equal to 80, and hence X is equal to 20. So X is equal to 20, that means I can say QC is equal to 20 and AQ is 60. Therefore I will write QC is equal to 20 and AQ is equal to 60 meters. Okay, so here the second thing, that the distances of the point from the poles are 20 meter and 60 meter respectively. Okay, now what we need to find H. For that what we have to equal to 20, if I put over here I will get 20. So let this is be equation number 2. So note it down up to this point, only one step is left, that means simply I do write, now put H equal to root 3, sorry, put X equal to 20, equation 2. So note it down up to this point. Okay, so now for giving the solution over here, it is almost done. Simply I have to put X equal to 20 into equation number 2. Now put this is equal to 20 in, so h is root 3, so h is equal to 20 multiplied by 1.73, therefore h is equal to 34.60 meters. So thus we can say height of each of the tower is 34.60, and their distance is from the, and the distance of the point from the poles are uh, 20 meters and 60 meters. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, so this is the next question, question number 11, second part. Question says, from a point on a bridge across a river, there is a bridge uh, across a river, and the angle of depression of the bank on the opposite side of the river are 30 degree and 45 degree respectively. That means it is something like this. If you draw its diagram, see, height of the bridge is given 3 meter. Suppose I'm assuming this is the bridge, and uh, someone is observing from here, and these are the two end points of the bank of the river. That means river is flowing something like this. Now from this point, angle of depression, okay, angle of depression of 2 points. So this is the first point, this is the second point. This angle of depression, that means this is 30 degree. Okay, two angles are given, so one is 30 degree, and from the other end this is 45 degree, and this height of the bridge, this height of the bridge is given how much? 3 meters. So okay, but obvious here pillars will be there, bridge won't be like this only. So this is something like, we'll get the diagram. So let the point be a point of observation, B and C are the bank of the rivers, and A is the point of observation. So suppose suppose uh, A is the point of observation, point of observation on the bank, on the bridge, sorry, on the bridge. B and C, B and C are the opposite banks of the river, are opposite banks of the river. Okay, let this point is Q, let this point is Z. QAB, angle QAB is equal to theta is equal to 30 degree. Okay, or QAB is equal to ABC, or let the point, this point I am saying as D. Okay, so QAB is equal to ABD. Okay, by alternate interior angle this will be 30. So QAB is equal to ABD, angle ABD is equal to theta is equal to 30 degree, and angle ZAC, okay, angle ZAC, angle ZAC is equal to ACD, angle ACD is equal to alpha is equal to 45 degree. Also AD, that is height of the bridge, is 3 meters. Okay, now what we have to find? Width of the river. That means we have to find BC. So it is very clear from the diagram that length BC is equal to BD plus DC. So in triangle ABD, if I apply tan of 30, so I can apply perpendicular upon base, and base I will get as BD. Similarly in this triangle I will get DC, and by adding them I will get the width of the river, that is BC. Okay, so now in triangle ABD, now in triangle ABD, tan 30 is equal to perpendicular upon base, or tan of theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. Therefore tan 30, now perpendicular is AD, base is BD. So 1 upon root 3 is equal to, now AD is 3, it is given AD is 3, so AD up 3 upon BD. So this gives me length BD. Therefore I can say BD is equal to 3 root 3 meters. Okay, so this is BD. Now similarly I will find CD. So now in triangle ADC, tan alpha is equal to AD upon DC. Okay, therefore tan 45 is equal to AD is 3 upon DC. Tan 45 is 1, so 1 is equal to 3 upon DC. Therefore DC is equal to 3 meters. Okay, so here I got AD, here I got DC. Now what I have to find? Width of the river. Okay, that is, okay, now BC is equal to BD plus DC. BD plus DC. Therefore BC is equal to, now BD is 3 root 3. Okay, we got it, 3 root 3, and DC is 3. So I can say BC is equal to, if I take 3 common, root 3 plus 1. Okay, or I can say BC is equal to 3. Root 3 is 1.73 plus 1. So BC is equal to 3 multiplied by 2.73. So ultimately BC is equal to 8.19 meter. Okay, so this is the final answer. Here finally we do write the concluding line. Therefore width of river is 8.19 meter. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, so Okay, so here is the next question. Okay, question says from the top of a 7-meter high building, the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower is 60 degree. From the top of a 7-meter high building, that means there is a building, its height is 7 meter. Okay, from its top, the angle of elevation of the top of the cable, that means but obvious cable is little bit higher than this. From the top of the building, the angle of elevation of the top, that is given. Okay, that is 60 degree. Further, it is given the angle of depression of its foot, that means this angle is given. Okay, that is 45 degrees. So you have to find the height of the tower. Okay, so let us draw the diagram in a proper way. Okay, we have a 7-meter high building, this, and there is a tower. Okay, let this be the tower. Okay, from the top of the building, let the building is AB, let the tower be CD. Okay, now from the top of the building, angle of elevation of the top of the tower is how much? 60 degree. That means this angle is 60 degree. Okay, and the angle of depression of its foot, angle of depression of the foot of the tower, that means this. So when from this A someone looks at its foot, that means someone looks at point D, then angle become 45 degree. So you have to find the length of tower, that means over here CD. Let this point is Q. So suppose AB represents tower, sorry, building, and CD represents tower, cable tower. Okay, now angle of elevation of top of the tower. Now angle of elevation of top of the tower, that is point C, from A is 60 degree. That is, I can write angle CAQ, that is angle CAQ is equal to alpha is equal to 60 degree. Okay, also angle of depression of foot of the tower, of the tower, angle of depression of foot of the tower, that is point D, again from A is 45 degree. From A is 45 degree. That is, I can say angle QAD, it is angle QAD is equal to angle ADB is equal to theta is equal to 45 degree. Okay, so here we describe the diagram as per the question. Now next we have to apply the trigonometric ratios to get the value of CQ and QD, because we need to find length of tower. That means we have to find CD. So if I apply trigonometric ratio in this upper triangle, I will get length CQ. Okay, and if I apply the trigonometric ratio over here, I will get length QD. Now it is given that AB equal to 7 meters. So here I will write also, here I am writing over here is equal to theta is equal to 45. Also, AB is equal to 7 meter. Okay, AB is equal to 7 meter, that is also given to us. Okay, that means AB is 7, so I can say QD equal to 7. Okay, so uh, when we apply the trigonometric ratio over here and here, you will get CQ and QD is already we have, so we'll get the length of CD. So try for a while, then I will give it solution. Okay, so let us see how to solve this further. See, we need the length CQ, and CQ can be obtained only if we have AQ. Okay, now AQ is not given, but we can say we have QD because we have AB. So here I will write uh, here AB is equal to QD is equal to 7. Now in triangle AQD, now in triangle AQD, if I apply tan theta, 45 is theta, so tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. So tan of 45 is equal to perpendicular, that is QD, okay, base, that is AQ. Now tan 45 is 1, QD is 7, AQ we need to find. So AQ is equal to 7 meter. So here I got the AQ. Now when I apply again a trigonometric ratio, that is tan 45 in triangle ACD. Now in triangle ACD, again I will apply tan. So tan of alpha is equal to perpendicular upon base. Base is AQ. So therefore tan of 60, because alpha is 60 degree, we described over here, alpha is equal to 60. Perpendicular is CQ, okay, and base is AQ. Now tan 60 is root 3, CQ we need to find, and AQ we obtain as 7. So here I can say CQ is equal to 7 root 3. Okay, so now we got the length of CQ. QD is already given to us, so it is possible to find the length CD. Okay, so here I will find the CD. Now I do write CD is equal to CQ plus QD. CQ plus QD. Therefore CD is equal to, now CQ is this 7 root 3 and QD is 7. Okay, because QD equal to AB, which is equal to 7. Therefore CD is equal to, if I take 7 common, it will be root 3 plus 1. Okay, therefore CD is equal to 7. Now root 3 is 1.73 plus 1. Okay, therefore I can write CD is equal to 7 multiplied by 2.73. And finally I can write CD is equal to 19.11. Okay, 19.11 meters. Okay, so this is my final answer. The only thing which is left, that concluding line, that I do write. Therefore height of the tower is 19.11 meters. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, I hope you noted down this. Okay, so now we'll see the next question. Okay, so this is the next question. Question number 13 from your material. As observed from the top of a 75-meter high lighthouse from the sea level. Okay, the angles of depression of two ships. So something like this, I am assuming the lighthouse. Okay, now angles of depression of two ships. There are two ships in the sea, and the angle of depression, that means from the top of this lighthouse ships were observed, we found that angles are 30 degree and 45 degree. Now this might be 30 degree, this might be 45 degree, or there is one more possibility, the ships are like this, so that we have to check whether the ships are on the same side of the lighthouse or on the opposite side. Okay, if one ship is exactly behind the another one on the same side of the lighthouse, that means both ships are on the same side. Okay, so now we'll draw the diagram exactly, and then what we have to find the distance between the ships. So let this is be the lighthouse. Okay, I'm assuming this is the lighthouse. Okay, and both the ships are on the right side of the lighthouse. So this is the first ship, I'm assuming A, and let this is be the another ship, I'm assuming it B. Let the point is C. Okay, these two are the ships when observed from the top of a lighthouse, which is uh, CD. Okay, let it be C and let it be D, and the ships are A and B. So angle of depression. So let me take it out for a while. Angle of depression. Angle of depression, that means with the line of sight and is horizontal. So for the first ship, angle is 30 degree, and for the another ship, angle is 45 degree. So but obvious this angle must be 30 degree, isn't it? And this larger angle will be 45 degree. Okay, so by the geometry I can say this angle is 30 degree and this angle is 45 degree. Okay, so here this is the diagram exactly. This angle is 30 degree, this point is B, this point is A, this angle is 45 degree. So now we'll describe the diagram in short. So suppose CD represents CD represents the lighthouse. Okay, CD represent the lighthouse. A and B A and B are the ships on the same side of on the same side same side of the lighthouse. Okay, suppose CD represents the lighthouse, A and B are the ships on the same side of the lighthouse. Now angle of depression are now angles of depression are 45 degree and 30 degree. That is, I can say angle, let the point is for a while it is y, the angle YCB, angle YCB is equal to angle CBD is equal to angle CBD is equal to theta is equal to 30 degree, and angle YCA and angle YCA is equal to angle CAD is equal to angle CAD is equal to alpha is equal to 45 degree. Okay, so this angle is 30 degree, 45 degree. I assume theta 30 degree and alpha 45 degree. Okay, again, let me explain you. CD is the lighthouse. From the top of the lighthouse, that means when from the point C, it was observed two ships are there, which are on the same side of the lighthouse as well as they are behind each other in the same straight line. So this angle of depression were found to be 30 degree and 45 degree. What we have to find, distance between the ships, and it is given that lighthouse has length 6 CD is equal to 75 centimeter meters. Also, okay, also it is given CD is equal to 75 meter. CD is equal to 75 meter. So now what I need to find AB. So from the diagram I can say if I have the length DB, okay, because there are two triangles in which first we have the 30 degree angle and another triangle in which we have 45 degree. So if I apply the trigonometric ratio in this triangle where the angle is 30 degree, I will get the length BD. When apply the trigonometric ratio over here, I will get the length AD. And when I subtract AD from DB, I will get length AB, which I need to find. So now in triangle CDA or in triangle ADC. Okay, in triangle ADC, tan 45, that is tan alpha is equal to perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular is CD, base is AD. So here I do write tan 45 is equal to, now CD is what? CD is 75 and AD we need to find. So 75 upon AD. Tan 45 is equal to 1. So 1 is equal to 75 upon AD, which gives you AD is equal to 75 meter. Okay, AD is equal to 75 meter. So now we have to apply the trigonometric ratio in another triangle. So try apply the trigonometric ratio in another triangle and get the length BD. Then I will give you its further solution. Okay, so now in triangle, now in triangle CBD, now in triangle CBD, again I'll apply tan of 30, that is tan of theta is equal to perpendicular upon base, that is CD upon BD, therefore tan 30 is equal to CD. CD is given us, that is 75. BD we have to find. Now tan 30 is 1 upon root 3 is equal to 75 upon BD. So which gives us BD is equal to, therefore I can write BD is equal to 75 root 3 meter. So here I got the length BD as well. Okay, AD is 75, BD equal to 7 root 3. Not 7 root 3, actually 75 root 3. It is 75 root 3. Now what I need to find, I have to find the length AB, distance between the ships. So now AB is equal to BD minus AD. BD minus AD. Therefore, AB is equal to, now BD is 75 root 3 and AD is 75. Therefore, I can write AB is equal to, if I take 75 common, root 3 minus 1. See, here also I can keep my answer this as a final answer, but I will advise you that uh, do the further calculation, because it is not that much difficult. Root 3 is 1.73. So AB is equal to 75 multiplied by 0.73. So finally I can write AB is equal to, now there multiplication gives me the final answer. Okay, so multiply these two and get the final answer. Okay, so let us multiply over here. It is 73 multiplied by 75. Okay, so this gives you 54.75. Okay, so final answer is AB is equal to 54.75 meters. So this is my final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, so I hope you got this. Now after this we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, so this is the next question, question number 15 from your material. Question says a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. Okay, so this is a straight highway. Okay, leads to the tower. Let this is the tower. This is straight highway leads to the tower. Now man is standing at the top of the tower, observes a car. Now there is a car, let this is a car for a while, observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degree. That means this angle of depression is 30 degree. Okay, this is a tower, straight highway, car, man is observing the car and he found that angle of depression while observing the car is 30 degree. So this is 30 degree, that means this is 30 degree. Now further it is written the car is observing to approaching the foot of the tower. That means car is not moving in that side, car is moving towards the tower. Okay, with a uniform speed. This car has a uniform speed, let it be x. Now 6 seconds later, the angle of depression. Now as the car is moving toward the tower, let after 6 seconds car reaches at this point. Okay, first was A, now the second position of the car is B after 6 seconds. Now when the car is at point B, at that time angle of depression is found to be 60 degree. This is 60, hence this will be 60. Okay, so what we have to find? The time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. From this point, not from the A. They are asking the time taken by car to reach this point. Okay, so here we have to find the time. Let the point is C. Okay, I hope you got the question. Once again, I'm drawing the diagram in a proper way, and once again I will explain you. So this is the tower, straight highway. This is the position of car, initial position of car, we can say. Okay. Now when it was observed from point D, when the car was at point A, the angle of depression was 30 degree. As the car has a uniform speed of whatever, let it be x meter per second, and also it is moving toward the foot of the tower, that means it is approaching toward the tower. So let after 6 seconds car reaches at point B, and at that time when it was observed, the angle of depression was found to be 60 degree. Okay, so we have to find the time taken by car to travel this much distance. That means how much time it will take to reach the foot of the tower from point B. So let us first describe the diagram. Okay, suppose CD represents the tower. Okay, CD represents the tower. Now A is the initial position of the car. Okay, and D is the top of the tower. Let A be the initial position of the car and B is the position of car after position of car after 6 seconds. Okay, because it is given that after 6 seconds, we are assuming after 6 seconds it get at B, it reach at point B. Also let the speed, let the speed of the car also suppose speed of car is x meter per second. Okay, now what we have to find? Time taken by car to reach the point C from point B. Okay, now okay, angle of depression of A and B. Now angles of depression of A and B from D are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively, are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively. Okay, therefore let this point be Z. Therefore ZDA, angle ZDA is equal to DAC, is equal to angle DAC is equal to alpha is equal to 30 degree, and angle angle ZDB is equal to DBC, is equal to DBC is equal to theta is equal to 60 degree. Okay, we also assume let the time taken uh, by the car to reach the point C is t seconds. Okay, also say the time taken by car to reach the foot of the tower, to reach the foot of the tower from B is t seconds. Okay, so here we describe the diagram, what we have to find and all these things. Now here we have to use a formula equal to distance upon time. Okay, so first we'll apply the 1030 and 1060. Both we have to apply in the different triangles. So think for a while that how you proceed from this, then I will give it solution. Okay, so let us see how to solve it further. So this angle is 60 degree and this angle is 30 degree. Okay, so now in triangle BCD, now in triangle BCD, okay, in triangle BCD, tan of 60, okay, tan 60 is equal to perpendicular, that is CD, upon base, that is BC. Now tan 60 is equal to root 3 is equal to CD, remains as it is, and BC. See, BC is the distance, okay, and we know that speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance is equal to speed into time, and to travel from B to C, I took time as t and speed of the car is taken as x. So distance, that means this distance BC can be replaced by xt. Okay, so before I proceed this, let me find BC and AB in terms of t and x, then we'll proceed. So now here I will write BC is equal to, okay, speed is equal to distance is equal to speed into time. So BC is equal to speed x and time t. Okay, and AB is equal to, here speed is x, time is t. So this is xt and this is 6x. So we got the length BC and AB in terms of x and t. Now we'll apply the trigonometric ratio. So now in triangle DCB, now in triangle DCB, tan of, okay, 60 is considered as theta. So tan of theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. Therefore tan of uh, 60, therefore tan of 60 is equal to, now perpendicular is CD, base is BC. Now tan 60 is root 3 is equal to CD upon BC can be written as XT. So from here I can write CD is equal to XT root 3. Okay, XT root 3, that is the value of CD. Now in triangle, now triangle DCA. Now in triangle DCA, I can apply tan of alpha, that is perpendicular upon base. Now uh, alpha, you can see it is 30 degrees, so tan 30 perpendicular, for this angle perpendicular is CD and base is AC. Now tan 30 is 1 upon root 3 CD. I can replace CD is equal to XT root 3. Okay, this is XT root 3, and AC I can write AB plus BC. Okay, or let it be like AC. Now from here I can write AC is equal to XT root 3 into root 3, that is 3XT. Now AC I will replace by AB plus BC. So AB plus BC is equal to 3XT. So we are almost at the end of the solution, but space is not, so please note it down, then we'll see the remaining portion of this solution. Okay, so let us solve it further over here. Okay, now AB plus BC equal to this. So therefore now at the place of AB I can write 6x. Therefore 6x at the place of BC I can write xt is equal to 3xt. Therefore I can write 6x is equal to 3xt minus 2xt, sorry, minus xt. Therefore 6x is equal to 2xt. Therefore 6 is equal to 2t. Okay, x and x I can cancel because x cannot be 0. See, it is not allowed to divide by 0, and x is definitely not 0 because x is the speed and it's a uniform, and car is moving, it means it is not 0. Therefore t is equal to 6 upon 2. Therefore t is equal to 3 seconds. That means car takes 3 seconds more, or 3 seconds to reach the foot of the tower from point B. Okay, in the same question they may ask that how much time in total car will take to reach the point C. So here it was 6 seconds and this 3 seconds. In that case answer will be 9 seconds. So read the question properly, what they are asking, whether they are asking total time taken by the car or the time taken by car from point B. So this is the final solution. Here just you have to write the concluding line, that is time taken by car to reach the foot of the tower from this point is 3 seconds. So please note it down, this remaining solution. Okay, so this is all about this lecture. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you. Take care. Stay at home.